Top 10 most advanced fighter jets in 2021. Number 10. JF17 Thunder. The JF17 Thunder of the FC1 Shalong is a multi-role combat aircraft developed by a joint operation between China and Pakistan to provide the Pakistani Air Force with a cheap and modern alternative to its aging and a large fleet of various fighters, bombers and interceptors. Because of this, the JF-17 is going to become the backbone of the PAF, which means Pakistan Air Force. After a difficult time for testing and redesigning, PAF finally received its first jets in 2007. Ever since then, the Pakistani Air Force has heavily relied on the JF-17 conclude various missions in its territory. In 2013, PSC Camera began the production of the Block 2 JF-17. The updated jet has air-to-air refueling, better avionics, better load capacity, data link, and electronic warfare capabilities. Number 9. HAL Tejas fighter jet. This is an Indian fighter jet that is replacing the MiG-21, which the Indian Air Force has been using since 1964. Pilots praise the HAL Tejas for its highly maneuverability. Production on the 4th generation Indian jet fighter began recently due to the fact that the program struggled to obtain an operation clearance. The HAL Tejas is very light and has wings that allow pilots to control it during hard maneuvering. India is also continuously upgrading its fighters with every new batch of HAL Tejas receiving new advanced features. Number 8. McDonnell Douglas F15 Eagle. Developed by McDonnell Douglas and later on by Boeing, the F-15 is still produced. Even though it was delivered more than 35 years ago, the F-15 is still considered a very capable fighter in the air. It still is operated by 4 countries: Israel, Japan, Saudi Arabia, and the United States. The newest F-15 Eagle variant is called the F-15EX. The United States developed it with elements of 5th generation fighter jet, features for the defense of its airspace. It can carry up to 22 air-to-air missiles and has the newest electronic warfare equipment. Recently, an F-15 has hit headlines as an Israeli F-15 lost a canopy at 30 feet in the air. Number 7. Dassault Rafale. The fighter jet developed by the French company Dassault is a multi-role fighter. It can intercept and fight other aircraft, attack targets on the ground and at sea. In addition, it can also perform spying missions and even carry nuclear weapons. As the French Air Force, we sought after new aircraft to replace its current fleet. France, in order to reduce costs, agreed to enter into an agreement with the European countries. As disagreements arose, France decided to develop its own fighter, the Rafale. The fighter jet first entered service in 2001 and ever since has been regarded as one of the best military aircraft in the world. It is used not only by France. India, Egypt, and Qatar also have Rafale in their air forces, and the United Arab Emirates and Greece are buying them too. Number 6. Eurofighter Typhoon. Out of all the fighter jets in the list, the story of the Typhoon is one of the most interesting ones. A joint operation of Airbus, BAE System, and Leonardo developed the Typhoon. After development began in 1983, the first official test flight took off in 1994. The Typhoon was plagued by delays. After the fall of the Berlin Wall and a change of government in Germany, the Chancellor of Germany at the time made a promise to cancel the project. However, the program survived, and after a market of delays, Germany developed the first Eurofighter Typhoons. This aircraft now serves 9 countries, including Germany, Great Britain, Qatar, Kuwait, and Italy. Newest Eurofighter Typhoons are very upgraded in comparison to early variants, and some other countries are considering buying them too. Number 5. Lockheed Martin F22 Raptor. The first 5th generation fighter jets in the world, the F22 Raptor entered service in 2005. The United States government cancelled the production of the Raptor in 2011, even though it was a critical part of the USAF, which means the United States Air Force. The rising development and maintenance costs, lack of air-to-air missions put an end to the production of the jet. Lockheed delivered the last Raptor to the USAF in 2012. Nevertheless, the F-22 was a pioneer. It was the first fighter jet to combine supercruise, super maneuverability, stealth and sensor fusion. It remains the stealthiest fighter jet too, less visible to radars than even newer fighter jets due to its special construction. Number 4. Shenyang FC31. FC31 or the J31 is the second 5th generation fighter jet that is going to be introduced into the Chinese Air Force. Although less advanced than its counterpart, the Chengdu J20, it is still a very capable fighter jet. The exact specifications remain unclear for anyone that is outside the Chinese military. Foreign experts, primarily US ones, indicate that the FC31 is on par with other 5th generation fighters. However, the better jet is decided by a multitude of other factors, namely the readiness of the pilots and capabilities of radars and sensors of the aircraft. The FC31 is lighter and more agile than the Chengdu J20. In the future, it may be used on the Chinese aircraft carriers and China may try selling them to other countries too. Number 3. Chengdu J20, the best Chinese fighter jet. The Chengdu Aerospace Corporation introduced the J20 in 2017. After more than 20 years of development, it first flew in 2011. There were quite a few changes to the design of the aircraft after the first flight took place, namely a new intake, new stealth coating and a new design of the vertical stabilizers. In spite of some issues that arose after production, the Chengdu J20 is the first 5th generation fighter jet in Asia. Number 2. Sukhoi Su-57. Developed by a Sukhoi company, the Su-57 is going to become the most technologically advanced Russian fighter jet. It is the first fighter to tick every box in the list of 5th generation fighter features. Sergei Bogdan was the first pilot to test the Su-57 in 2010. Compared to the F-35, the Su-57 only cost the Russians as an estimated of $10 billion to research, $10 billion exactly, develop and prepare for production. The Russian Air Force is expected to introduce them into full service in 2020. However, in 2018, journalists spotted 2 Su-57 in Serbia. Here comes number 1. The Lockheed Martin F31 Lightning II. United States Air Force introduced the newest fighter jet in 2015. The F-31 has 3 main variants with differences in their landing capabilities. The F-31A is the basic variant and a conventional fighter jet. The F-35B is a short takeoff and a vertical landing aircraft. It can hover in the air thanks to its special rotating engine. The F-35C is the carrier variant designed to replace F-18 jet fighters. The estimated cost of the F-35 program is mind-blowing. The US government spent a whopping $1.508 trillion on the fighter jet. But on the other hand, Lockheed projects that the USAF will utilize the fighter jet until 2070. It is also one of the best-selling modern fighter jets internationally. Over 30 countries are buying or planning to buy the F-31, including the UK, Australia, Israel and the United Arab Emirates. Although the F-35 has its critics, it certainly cannot be denied that it is the most advanced fighter jet currently in the air.